Welcome back to the Radio Research Program for this Friday, 9th of September 2011. This is episode 34, and I'm Good Governance Program for SIDT, and him about core value for SIDT. Well, SIDT him got 5 core values where him is help him with communities for him to try and understand him why now SIDT him like.
SIDT began May 6, 1982. So 30 years next year.
And the idea was seeing people improve their own quality of life using their own resources and what they are capable of doing themselves.
The base of operations had to be in the village. And so SIDT created teams to do this from the area.
So from 2002, the issue of the challenges to do, or the ripple effect to do with the ethnic tension even continues. We have political instability where we have change in government.
SIDT had taken a big battering sort of since I think 2005, 2006, so I was there in 2008. So for about 2 years they had lost their executive director, he retired, their founder had retired, they were coming to the end of a couple of really big projects and there weren't any big projects to come up with, and they'd lost quite a bit of staff.
But the organisation still continues in terms of making sure that we still continue to inform our people in the communities.
SIDT is one of those organisations. They've had many volunteers through AVI. The volunteers have provided mentoring, coaching, advice on different aspects of how to be an organisation, how to be an NGO. So just one won't do it, and 2 years won't do it. You've got to have a consistent effort and a concerted effort so that you can reap the rewards.
And I then decided that I think I have to contact any of the volunteer organizations, and that was when I put down Australia Volunteer International on my list.
Over a period of time, and with the use of multiple volunteers who are addressing particular aspects of capacity development within the organisation, you would hope that the general performance of the organisation in each of those dimensions has been able to be improved, and overall the organisation is able to meet its mission in a more effective and efficient way.
It was a bit scary, coming in, and they didn't look to me to save them, but there was a real need to change everything and step it up, and the board wanted to step it up, and so did the managers. And it was a bit hard to know where to start. I think it was quite overwhelming to begin with, so we just jumped in.
And so Michelle was like my mentor and coach during my alias taking up the director position.
She has also helped the organization start to putting up a frame of how to do things in a more standard way.
She had to put extra time, extra effort just to make sure that SIDT continues with its mission and vision.
One other challenges between the local NGOs and international NGOs is the big differences in resource-wise. You look at the local one, they have less resource than the international one.
The local NGOs, often we find them there's poor, need for improvement reporting and all structures where you need managing properly with finance especially. Often reports come out, end up project coordinators, end up fraud, kind of stuff. So need for you need improvement structures where I'm helping you for managing funds effectively, and also for ensure that whatever you be doing reaching beneficiaries.
We started with the finance systems, and I've been working in finance for 15 years, but to build something from scratch and to build something that needed to work in a place where sometimes the electricity doesn't work and where you've got 7 versions of Excel going and people don't speak English and 12 different currencies because of all the funding acquittals and stuff. So that was huge. It was huge, and I don't think I knew until the end just the enormous task that we'd taken on, because you get in and you're fixing problems, and then eventually you've just created a structure.
What's media got at SIDT? They've got a theatre group, they've got a community radio licence.
Having a community radio is important, and I think very vital to the growth of the community.
The work that SIDT is doing can't be done by a foreign organisation, because it's happening at that level, and that it's happening, the education is going from Solomon Islander to Solomon Islander.
The theatre group, as I said, are a wonderful group, and they're showing that they have a unique skill and they can take the message from the practitioners and the policymakers through to the people. And it's like our TV in Oz, it's their TV, in the community level. They'll come from miles to see a theatre group put on performance, and it's a wonderful way to educate. We've seen it with election awareness, we've seen it with HIV/AIDS, we've seen it with eat and grow vegetables, we've seen it with TB. It's a wonderful way to educate.
Heavy true, but if you got HIV, then behind you got TB. HIV will not kill you. By TB na ba kill you die?
Itok turu ya?
Itok turu ngi yo kuwa. So we like me take a dismal notice here.
Also, my bad is for blong ya, but torben na eh.
Oh my, you want them together, but people must have it.
You see the drama group go into the villages, and there's a lot of excitement, there's always a feast or whatever, and you can't help but wonder, is this going to last? Is it just an event for someone, for a village to have a bit of fun? What I saw when I was there was that it lasts. SIDT were able to engage the interest and educate the villagers at the right level, so that afterwards we would have village committees coming into the SIDT office to follow up and to start doing stuff on their own. And I think that's what SIDT do really, really well, is they don't just come in, do something and leave. These relationships will go on for years.
Aim lo this whole create a program lo SIDT is for go down lo community and building up capacity lo the people, lo side lo informations, lo issues we affecting life lo kita. Because lo country, people lo village are not educated people, and so we follow putting information inside lo drama form where help fitting mo kita for presenting so that other understanding, and also him empower mo kita for other sellers and make decisions whereby him sabi help mo kita lo life lo kita within issues we are facing lo life.
Building capacity of young people to involve in such work as drama is very important. because they themselves will be as a tool within this drama to disseminate information so that other people in the villages, their fellow people who do not know how to read and write, could be helped by those informations they are sharing.
Looking around in the country, there is no other group apart from SIDT that has a theatre group.
With the prevention work that SIDT is doing and with the strengths that Takat Garam in terms of making communities aware with the theatre groups and also engaging with the community, I think they will have an impact on that what contribution SIDT and making so.
At SIDT, especially when the drama group started really building up and gaining momentum, they're all young people with a couple of oldies, but they're mostly under 30. We were able to bring in a lot of trainees and younger staff. When I went back 12 months afterwards, I walked in and there's a whole lot of young people and they're excited and they're confident and they're changing their world. And I think that SIDT has done that and is probably a bit of a shining example for how you can harness that energy of the young ones to make the future a better place.
I see SIDT simply being a voice for these people.
If we look at SIDT over many, many, many years, if it wasn't working, it wouldn't continue.
I saw what a small group of people can achieve with nothing. You know, no shoes, no electricity, no water. Just by not giving up and by realising that there is no other choice.
I see that some of the things that we were talking about is being carried out through this advocacy training that SIDT is doing, which to me is a follow-up of what we started.